Hello, and welcome to this presentation of Unmanned Aerial Vehicle System Usage. I am your professor, Dr. J. This presentation coincides with Chapter 2 of your textbook. You may feel free to watch this video, read the chapter, or both. In a previous presentation, I talked about the development of drones. As you could see, much drone development was done by the government and military. However, when the government and military develops new technology, the civilian market is quick to adopt this technology. Examples of technology developed by the government and the military that have been adopted for the civilian market include camera phones, scratch resistance lenses, LED lights, athletic shoes, and the Jaws of Life. Government agencies and civilian organizations are poised to make extensive use of drones. Drones have many uses and, in some cases, their use may just be limited by the imagination of the user. Uses may be driven by the economy of the drone's use, its versatility, and its ability to provide safe access to areas of interest. In this presentation, I will identify some of the ways that drone technology is being used in government and private sector applications. Across the U.S. and throughout the world, drones are being used more in firefighting operations, and with good reason. Drones help firefighters collect vital information about ongoing fires, which helps them focus their efforts on where their help is most needed, keeps them out of harm's way, and saves lives. Drones allow fire personnel to assess risk and danger. Drones support firefighting operations by providing an overhead view of the scene of the fire, which gives firefighters real-time information about how a fire is unfolding. When dealing with wildfires, drones can help firefighters understand how the fire is spreading and where it might go next. In dealing with a structure fire, drones can provide key information about exits and entry points, as well as revealing information about the nature of the fire that might not otherwise be possible to gather. Also, when a fire is starting to die out, a drone with a thermal camera can identify smoldering hotspots that are invisible to the naked eye. Firefighters do not only fight fires. Drones can give firefighters a quick, safe way to capture information related to catastrophic events like floods, earthquakes, and hurricanes. This early information helps incident commanders and emergency managers understand the magnitude of community impact on building infrastructure, road conditions, and living conditions, and this information can help in determining what additional resources might be needed from FEMA, neighboring communities, or other organizations. The data drones collect during disasters can also help find people trapped in their homes or vehicles and divert rescue efforts to help them. Using thermal cameras, firefighters can find people who might be trapped on an upper level of a building or in a wildfire and focus their efforts on saving them. Even without thermal imagery, the ability to see into windows and gain real-time information on the situation within a burning building or within a wildfire can provide crucial information to firefighters to help save lives. Firefighters also use drones to make emergency deliveries in disaster situations, carrying items like automated external defibrillators, or AEDs, and other equipment as may be needed on the ground. Situational awareness is everything when it comes to saving lives and preventing damage during a fire, and half the battle is knowing what you're walking into. That is why firefighters have been using drones to capture images and create orthomosaic maps of key buildings and facilities, like schools, within the areas where they work. These maps help firefighters to know where the exits are and can be used by the incident commander during a fire to provide a comparison between normal conditions and fire conditions for different parts of a building. Using a drone to capture aerial footage while a fire is burning can provide a twofold value. First, the situational awareness of what is currently happening on the scene, and second, the collection of first-hand information about how the fire burned while it was active. This information, collected in photos and videos, can be archived and used for investigations into how the fire may have taken place. Firefighters are also using drones after a fire has burned out to survey the scene and collect images that can be turned into orthomosaic maps. These maps serve as a record of the post-fire scene so that even if the scene changes over time, there is still a complete data set that can be used to investigate what may have caused the fire and how it burned while it was active. The aerial video footage and images captured while a fire is burning can be crucial in after-action assessments, in which firefighters critique their own efforts so that they can improve their approach and identify future training needs. These materials can also be used to train new firefighters, providing real-life examples of how a fire might unfold and where decisions on the ground were made well or could have been made better. Surveying is a profession that requires patience and accuracy. Companies across many industries need surveyors to evaluate large plots of land and provide them with detailed mapping and measurements. From construction crews to archaeologists, having an aerial view or 3D model of a work site is essential to starting and finalizing their work. Without these images or models, workers cannot make informed plans about where to dig, what to fill, or where to start building. But surveying with traditional methods and creating precise mapping takes time. Drones have been changing the way surveyors work. With their rise in popularity, manufacturers have created drones for a wide variety of purposes, including utility models for companies that need to inspect or collect aerial images of work sites. Drone mapping is the process of surveying an area of land with a drone. An operator flies the drone over an area of land, taking hundreds of pictures as it moves. Then, with the help of computer software, they stitch and layer the images, creating a model of the site. This process is also how drone photogrammetry works, and the end result is an accurate 3D representation of the area. There are many ways as to how drones are used in construction. Companies need surveyors to start almost any project, but they especially require their help on large-scale builds. Drone imaging aids them in establishing plot boundaries, creating legally acceptable subdivisions, and evaluating the suitability of the land before beginning any foundations. With the provided information, construction companies can make important preliminary decisions that ensure optimal safety and legality for the project. The installation of oil and gas pipelines requires a significant amount of planning. Drone surveys help these companies evaluate where pipelines can and cannot go, whether it is due to proximity to natural resources and conservation sites, pre-existing construction or infrastructure, or privately owned property. When it comes to designing and constructing new roads and bridges, infrastructure companies need to know the details of the surrounding land. Drone imaging can help them examine areas and determine if they need reshaping or if the land is suitable for construction in the first place. Before archaeologists conduct digs, they need to survey the area to decide whether it looks like a promising location. Using drones allows them to do so quickly and at minimal expense, saving them time and allowing them to pinpoint interesting areas. Quarries and open mines can be dangerous areas for traditional surveyors, but mining companies often need a map of their work sites. Drones provide an excellent method of capturing aerial images and creating computer models while keeping the surveyors as safe as possible. From a Super Bowl halftime show to pizza deliveries, it is hard to deny the recent boost in the popularity of drones. Advancements in drone technology are both driving down production cost and adding ease of use, which is making drones increasingly accessible to ordinary people. Many of the drones we see at parks and beaches are being flown by hobbyists trying to capture a quality photograph. But drones are evolving in the marketing world as well. In fact, drone technology is at the point where drones are more like a tool rather than a toy when in the right hands. Perhaps the most obvious way to view a drone in the context of marketing is the drone as a tool. Specifically, the drone is a camera that will be able to record from perspectives that used to require a lot of time, effort, and money. Whereas marketers in the past needed cranes and helicopters and the associated cost of each to record from aerial viewpoints, current marketers only really need a drone. Whether you're a real estate agent taking pictures of a large property or an architect taking videos of skyscrapers, drones are becoming the ideal way for marketers to obtain breathtaking aerial shots. One area of rapid advancement regarding drone technology is ease of use. Drone manufacturers are working hard to make sure even the most average hobbyist can successfully fly and control drones, all while recording incredible footage. Some drones can even be controlled by an app on a smartphone. Accordingly, drones can be used for quick marketing pushes. No longer are advertisers bogged down by logistics and red tape. With drones, marketers essentially have all the requisite tools to record and create content for their product in one device. Professional marketers with experience combined with drone technology advancements will promote quick, efficient, and effective marketing. Many people associate drones with only video recording, but they can do so much more. In fact, drones can be the stars of a marketing campaign. Basically, drones are new and intriguing, and some marketers are already capitalizing on the fact that many people simply like to watch drones fly around. Many have seen the Amazon Prime Air commercials, in which Amazon playfully characterizes delivery by drone as the future of package delivery. Whether it will actually happen or not is not the point. The point is that Amazon just recorded staff members flying drones around, and people loved it. Drones can travel almost anywhere, which makes them an ideal advertising platform. Traditionally, marketing consisted of print ads, TV commercials, billboards, and internet ads. But drones provide new opportunities that marketers can take advantage of. Whereas advertising platforms such as signs and billboards are stationary and passive, drones can take a company's message to people directly and aggressively. For instance, some restaurants and other advertisers are using drones to their advantage by using them to fly menus around cities and hold banners and posters above people at large events. Drone advertisements, depending upon local law, can fly almost anywhere. Potential customers at the park or in an office building are now directly reachable, making drone advertising its own platform full of potential to engage the public. In addition to the numerous straightforward ways marketers can use drones as a tool, they can also use the technology's unlimited potential for creativity. That is, a drone does not just have to be a character, a billboard, or a camera, it can also be a component of art. For example, Intel used 500 drones to power a portion of Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show. They programmed their drones to sync up and arrange themselves in various patterns according to the music and, of course, to display the Intel trademark across the night sky when they had everyone's full attention. This is just one example, but it's a good demonstration of successful marketing that doesn't need to be practical or straightforward. When done right, drones can be a powerful means of performance art that will leave a lasting impression of your brand with your target audience. Drone technology will likely continue to evolve and expand, and as such, it is important for marketers to keep themselves informed of these advancements. People are still figuring out new uses for drones, and as the technology improves, novel utility will increase. If marketers can stay ahead of the curve, it will not be difficult for them to use drone technology to create new, exciting, and visually pleasing advertising material. Drones have revolutionized warfare. They are also active in border patrols. Flown via satellite by remote operators, they can stay in the air for long periods of time and send video from the field, which effectively extends the reach of border control agencies for thousands of miles. So successful have drones been on the southern border of the U.S. that drug smugglers have begun hacking into their communications to throw them off course. Ironically, the cyber attack involved another satellite technology, GPS. After gaining access to the drone's control system, the smugglers feed the aircraft fake GPS coordinates that send them hurtling across the sky to the wrong location. A new generation of low-altitude satellites is delivering a solution by transmitting navigation data at 1,000 times the power of GPS. Drones have gained popularity for their uses in law enforcement. In a 2013 letter to then-Senator Rand Paul, the FBI revealed that they have been using aerial drones for surveillance purposes in a variety of missions, including kidnappings, fugitive investigations, and search and rescue operations. While they further admitted to using drone surveillance in 8 criminal cases and 2 cases of national security since late 2006, it is only in recent years that drone use has become commonplace among law enforcement agencies. As of May 2018, 910 state and local public safety agencies have actively been making use of drones in their bid to fight crime and keep their communities they serve safe. Other missions include pre-raid planning, crowd and traffic monitoring, and crime and traffic crash scene investigation. Environmental engineers, researchers, and conservationists are turning to drones in place of slower terrestrial surveying equipment, lower resolution satellite imagery, and expensive and sometimes unavailable manned aircraft services to monitor natural resources. Digital drone data allow an operator to document a site or a natural object's evolution over time down to the finest detail. An example of this work includes coastline erosion. A key application of drones in environmental monitoring is mapping the evolving morphology of river basins. Drones can be used to map ice jams and other potential blockage points as part of flood defense systems. Drones can also be used to monitor water quality. Drones can be outfitted with water collection equipment that can obtain water samples for testing in a more cost-effective and efficient manner. Other environmental drone applications include surveying forest for disease infestation or forest fire hazards, and scanning glacier and water sites for environmental contamination. The agricultural industry seems to have embraced drone technology with open arms, using these advanced tools to transform modern farming. High-tech drones allow farmers and the drone pilots that operate them to increase efficiency in certain aspects of the farming process, from crop monitoring to planning, livestock management, crop spraying, irrigation mapping, and more. At the beginning, middle, and end of a crop cycle, drones can be used to help obtain useful data surrounding the quality of the existing soil. By obtaining 3D maps of existing soil, this information can help farmers determine the most effective patterns for planting, managing crops, soil, and more. Ongoing monitoring can help to better utilize water resources and more effectively manage crop nutrient levels. Drone planting is a relatively newer technology and not widely used, but some companies are experimenting with drone planting. Essentially, manufacturers are experimenting with custom systems that have the ability to shoot seed pods into prepared soil. Drone startup companies have been instrumental in developing unique drone technologies to assist with a wide range of ecological and agricultural issues. For example, the company Drone Seed is using unmanned aircraft capable of delivering up to 57 pounds of payload in the form of tree seeds, herbicides, fertilizer, and water per aircraft per flight to assist reforestation and replanting projects. This technology helps to minimize the need for on-the-ground planning, which can be costly, time-intensive, and strenuous work. Crops require constant fertilization and spraying in order to maintain high yields. Traditionally, this was done manually with vehicles or even via an airplane. These methods are not only inefficient and burdensome, but they can also be very costly. With approval from the FAA, drones can be equipped with large reservoirs that can be filled with fertilizers, herbicides, or pesticides. Using drones for crop spraying is much safer and cost-effective. Drones can even be operated completely autonomously and programmed to run on specific schedules and routes. One of the biggest advantages of using drone technology is the ease and effectiveness of large-scale crop and acreage monitoring. In the past, satellite or plane imagery was used to help get a large-scale view of the farm while helping to spot potential issues. However, these images were not only expensive, but lacked the precision that drones can provide. Today, you can not only obtain real-time footage, but also time-based animation, which can illuminate crop progression in real time. With drone mapping and surveying, technology decisions can now be made based on real-time data, not outdated imagery or best practice guesswork. Irrigation can be troublesome. With miles of irrigation canals or pipes, issues are bound to arise. Drones that are equipped with thermal cameras can help to spot irrigation issues or areas that are receiving too little or excessive moisture. With this information, crops can be better laid out to maximize drainage, adhere to natural land runoff, and avoid water pooling, which can damage sensitive crops. Water and irrigation issues are not only costly, but can ruin crop yields as well. With drone surveying, these issues can be spotted before they become troublesome. Some drones are equipped with thermal imaging cameras that enable a single pilot to manage and monitor livestock. This allows farmers to keep track of livestock with a much greater frequency and with less time and staff investment. The drone operator can quickly check in on a herd to see if there are any injured or missing livestock, as well as to see if there are livestock who are giving birth. Drones are used to keep an eye on the herd at all times, a once costly and time-intensive task. Plus, thermal imaging will also help monitor any livestock predators, which can be a huge advantage for some farm owners. This presentation identified just some of the uses of drones by government agencies and civilian organizations. I'm sure that most of you are aware of other uses of this technology that you can address in the discussion board. This concludes the presentation on drone usage. Thanks for watching.